Hi friends. Welcome back to Electrical Online, where we turn tough concepts into simple, fun stories you'll never forget. Today's story answers a powerful question. How does electricity create magnetism? We've heard of magnets. We've seen wires carrying current. But what is the invisible connection between the two? Let's uncover the answer with the story of Ampere's Law. Scientist history, the genius behind the law. In the year 1820, a scientist named Hans Ørsted noticed something strange. A compass needle moved when placed near a current-carrying wire. Electricity was creating magnetism. This news reached another brilliant mind in France, André-Marie Ampere. Inspired, Ampere wanted to find the exact relationship between electric current and the magnetic field it produces. After deep thought and experiments, he gave the world a rule, now called Ampere's Law. It showed us. Current doesn't just move, it creates spinning magnetic fields around itself. This discovery became a foundation of electromagnetism, one of the four fundamental forces of nature. Story: The Circle Guardians of Current. Let's travel to a world called Electranagar, where all electric laws live as people. In this village, there lived a mighty king called Ishvar, the current king. Wherever Ishvar walked, strange things happened. Magical rings of spinning wind appeared around him. These were not ordinary winds. These were magnetoras, invisible magnetic fields that always moved in perfect circles around the current king. The stronger Ishvar's current, the stronger the magnetoras danced. But how do we measure these swirling forces? That's where a young curious boy enters. Derivation as a story. Imagine a small village where a current king named Ishvar lives inside a big circular fort. One curious boy named Balu, B, decides to walk around the fort on the wall. His tiny steps along the circle are called DL, daily little steps. As Balu walks, he feels a soft magical wind touching him. That's the magnetic field. He decides to note how strong the wind feels at each step, and by the time he finishes the full circle, he adds up all the wind he felt. This total is written as conterintegral B times dl. Suddenly, the wise village elder Acharya, Mu, appears and says, that wind isn't just nature, it's caused by the current king Ishvar sitting inside the circle. The more powerful Ishvar's current is, the stronger your swirling wind will be. Then he smiles and gives the golden rule. Conterintegral B times dl equals mu times I. Which means, total magnetic wind along Balu's circular path equals Acharya magic, mu, times, current king Ishvar's power, I. Now Balu knows, walk in a full circle, measure the magnetic wind, and you'll know how strong the hidden current inside really is. That's Ampere's law, magnetic wind always circles current. Formula explained simply. The real scientific version of the law is conterintegral B times dl equals mu times I, enclosed. This says, the total magnetic field, B, around a closed loop, dl, is directly proportional to the current, I, passing through that loop, multiplied by the constant of magnetism, mu. Where conterintegral equals integration along a closed loop. B equals magnetic field. dl equals small element of the loop. Mu equals permeability of free space. I equals enclosed current. Definition of Ampere's law. It states that the line integral of the magnetic field, B, around a closed path is equal to the permeability of free space, mu, multiplied by the total current, I, enclosed by that path. Mathematically, conterintegral B times dl equals mu times I. In simple words, whenever electric current flows through a wire, it creates invisible circles of magnetic energy around it, like spinning wind. If you walk in a full loop around the wire and measure the magnetic force at every step, then add it all together, the total magnetic force you feel is always equal to the current flowing inside the loop, multiplied by the magical strength of space, mu. That's Ampere's law. It tells us how magnetic fields swirl around current like loyal bodyguards. So friends, whenever you switch on a fan, or hear a transformer buzz, just imagine. Ishvar the current king is walking again. Balu is taking his loop path. And the magnetoras are spinning silently, forming invisible circles that keep our world moving. This is the magic of Ampere's law, and now, it's not just a formula, it's a story in your mind. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Electrical Online, where science speaks in stories.